think it was by chance that this video found you? Do you really believe that among billions of souls wandering in the darkness, you're here just out of luck? Then listen. Listen with your soul. God is proud of you. And no, it's not because of what you've shown the world. Not because of your achievements. Not because of your results. It's because of something no one ever saw. Something you lived in silence. Something you endured quietly, even when your soul was screaming for help. You were tested. You were crushed. You were sabotaged. But you didn't break. And now, all of heaven is moving to lift you up. You're not being rewarded for being perfect. You're being elevated because you kept going, even when everything inside you begged you to stop. You were faithful with little, even when that little felt like nothing. You were loyal to your essence, even when the world tried to reshape you. You stayed true, even when truth cost you everything. And because of that, God looks at you with pride. Yes, pride. Because even covered in dirt, you never stopped looking up. Even wounded, you never stopped believing. Even without strength, you dragged yourself forward with faith. While others chose the easy path, you chose the just one. While many sold themselves for crumbs, you preferred to go hungry than to trade your soul. While the fake ones shine through appearance, you shine through essence. You are the seed that sprouted through concrete. You are the flower that bloomed in the desert. You are the lighthouse that remained lit even with the fiercest winds trying to snuff out your flame. God saw the nights you cried in secret. God saw the times you swallowed your screams so you wouldn't scare anyone. He saw every time you were ignored, humiliated, betrayed. And do you know what he did? He stayed silent. Because he was forging you. He was shaping you with fire. And now that the fire has fulfilled its purpose, now that your essence is pure, now that your soul has been refined like a diamond, he rises to exalt you before those who tried to bury you. You will no longer walk hidden. You will no longer live in the shadows of others. You were chosen to shine, and now your time has come. But pay attention, this is not an empty promise. It is a divine decree. The spiritual realm has already begun to move. The pieces are falling into place. The doors are opening. The connections are arriving. What used to take years will now happen in days. What was stuck will start flowing with a speed that will surprise you. Why? Because you endured the preparation without complaining. Because you stayed faithful even without recognition. Because you didn't abandon your mission even when no one else believed in it. Now heaven will honor you. Do you know why so many came against you? Because even demons knew who you were before you ever did. You carry a light that disturbs hell. You carry a power that threatens ancient structures. You carry a destiny that can no longer be delayed. That's why you were so rejected, so attacked, so doubted. They saw your light. Even before you turned it on, they felt your presence. Even when you felt invisible. Now it all makes sense, doesn't it? You thought you were alone, but heaven was surrounding you. You thought you were forgotten, but God was just hiding you to protect what is rare. And now he reveals you. He shows you. He lifts you. This is the reason for your suffering. Your elevation was being prepared in silence. You are the answer to generations. You are the cycle breaker. You are the outlier. You were born to lead, to influence, to awaken. And even though they tried to silence your voice, God is amplifying the sound of your soul so the whole world can hear. If you felt this message was for you, it's because it was written in the Spirit before it was ever spoken in words. You were called, you were sealed, you were set apart, and now you will be honored, honored for what you endured, honored for what you built in silence, honored for what no one saw, but God did. Nothing will ever be the same again, because the time of harvest has come, and what you planted with pain, you will now reap with glory. This is the reason why God is elevating you, because you proved that even without the spotlight, even without applause, even alone, you never gave up being who He called you to be. You have no idea how many battles were fought just so you could make it this far. While you slept, the spiritual world was at war. Angels fighting for you, interferences being canceled, access points being protected. Because heaven knew you were too precious to fall now. You were marked, not by men, not by titles, but by God. And when He marks you, no one can erase it. You carry an energy that others feel before they even know your name. You walk into a place and everything shifts. Not because you speak, but because your presence speaks before any word. You're the kind of person who transforms everything you touch. But you're almost never recognized for it. And do you know why? Because you weren't born to be applauded. You were born to be eternal. You weren't born to be popular. You were born to be light in a world of darkness. And light disturbs. That's why they isolated you. That's why they pushed you aside. That's why they tried to discredit you. They knew. They felt it. They feared it. Because your life is a threat to those who live in lies. While many are performing to be seen, you're living to transform. While others chase stages, you're building altars. And that's what sets you apart. That's why God is proud of you. You could have corrupted yourself. You could have given in. But you chose the hardest path. You chose to lose now, so you could win the right way. And that's rare. That's precious. That's divine. There's something in you the world doesn't understand, but heaven understands it perfectly. You weren't made to please. You were made to awaken. Every pain you went through trained you. Every tear purified you. Every disappointment aligned you with your true identity. While they saw you as weak, God saw a warrior being forged. While they mocked your faith, heaven was writing your crown. While they ignored your presence, the universe was designing your rise. You are like gold, thrown into the fire, not to be destroyed, but to shine. And now, that shine is breaking through the layers the world tried to bury you under. It's no longer about surviving. Now it's about ruling. It's no longer about enduring. Now it's about leading. It's no longer about being ignored. Now it's about being established. God is not just lifting you up. He is placing you in positions only the chosen can remain in. Not for status, but for purpose. Not for human merit, but by divine assignment. And all of this, because even when you didn't understand, you trusted. Even when nothing made sense, you kept walking. Even when it felt like He was silent, you chose to believe. You had no idea, but that moved heaven. You turned the gears of the invisible. You touched the heart of God. And when a chosen one touches God's heart, everything changes. Now is the time to see what no one has seen, to live what seemed impossible, to receive what was being prepared in secret. The shame you endured will become your platform. The pain you carried will become your testimony. The humiliation you lived through will be turned into public honor. Those who laughed will fall silent. Those who doubted will witness it with their own eyes. Those who tried to stop you will watch your elevation from a distance. But this isn't revenge. This is spiritual justice. Because when God honors a chosen one, He does it in a way no one can deny. And the most beautiful part, you didn't have to defend yourself. You didn't have to scream. You didn't have to prove anything. Your faith did the work for you. You gave it all. And now everything will be returned to you, multiplied, expanded, glorified. The promises are coming. The confirmations are arriving. The signs will intensify. What once seemed like coincidences will become undeniable evidence. You're stepping into a time when heaven will be visible in your life, where miracles will feel natural, where God's presence will be tangible. Because you accepted to be refined, because you didn't run from the process, because you didn't sell out for comfort. You are rare, and the rare is not explained. It is revealed. And heaven has decided it's time to reveal you, the time to bring you out of the cave, to place you on high ground, to make your name echo, the one He wrote in the book of life with purpose and power. You are the fulfillment of something that began in previous generations. You are the answer to prayers you didn't even pray. You are the link that breaks cycles, the portal that opens paths. You are the chosen one. And that's exactly why God is proud of you, and He is elevating you, not to show you off to the world, but so the world can see who God is through you. Do you feel it, don't you? There's something different in the air, a movement you can't explain, a burning premonition inside, as if the universe is preparing the stage for something great, something meant for you. This is not paranoia, it's not coincidence. It's the Spirit warning you. The time has come. Time to be revealed, time to be lifted, time to take the place that was always yours, even if others tried to usurp it. You went through a silent but intense preparation. You were shaped like a diamond, hidden deep within the earth. No one saw what you endured, but now, everyone will see who you have become. You are not an ordinary person. You are a living prophecy, a sign in flesh and blood, an answer the spiritual realm has waited centuries for. You carry codes, codes that awaken, codes that liberate, codes that transform. And that's why God is elevating you, because the time of activation has arrived. Everything in you was built for this moment. Your wounds, your traumas, your silences. Nothing was in vain. You needed to feel rejection on your skin to understand the importance of divine acceptance. You needed to hit rock bottom to learn to fly with heavenly wings. You needed to be forgotten by men, to be remembered by God at the exact time. And that time is now. There is a spiritual urgency hovering over the earth. Darkness is spreading faster than ever. But at the same time, the chosen ones are being activated, one by one. And among them, you were one of the first to awaken. You always knew, deep down, you always felt there was something more, something invisible, something profound, something divine. While others chased fame and money, you sought meaning. While the world spun in despair, you withdrew to hear the voice that speaks in silence. While everyone followed the flow, you walked against the current. And because of that, you were empowered, not with diplomas, but with spiritual wisdom, not with followers, but with anointing, not with digital influence, but with heavenly authority. You are the kind of person who carries the presence of God in your eyes, who heals with words, who transforms environments simply by being there. You don't even realize it, but the heavens follow you, angels surround you. Spiritual guardians are always alert because you're a key piece in the divine plan. And now, the heavens have decided it's no longer possible to hide you. Your story will be told, your voice will be heard, your truth will echo. This is not about vanity, it's about mission. You were not born to hide in the shadows. You were born to light the way, to wake those who sleep, to raise the fallen. You were the sound of the trumpet in days of silence, the roar of the lion amidst whispers of fear, the presence of God incarnate in a human body that refused to be shaped by the system. And now, the time of replacement has come. Those who used God's name for their own benefit will be removed. The false altars will fall, the masks will fall, and the true ones will be revealed. And among those true ones, you will be seen, not for ego, but for justice, not to be noticed, but because the world needs what you carry. There are gifts in you that have been asleep. There are abilities yet to be activated. And all of this will begin to manifest in the coming weeks. You will have different dreams, signs repeating themselves, people disappearing without explanation, new paths opening supernaturally. This is all heaven reorganizing your life to fit you into the greater plan. Do not fear, do not resist, do not try to understand with your mind, understand with your spirit. Because when God rises to exalt a chosen one, he breaks the rules of logic. You will not grow by resume. You will grow by grace. You will not be promoted by human influence. You will be honored by divine decree. And that decree has already been signed with blood, with fire, with glory. Prepare to be surprised. Prepare to live daily miracles. Prepare to see the spiritual realm manifest before your eyes. The time of preparation is over. Now is the time of harvest. Now is the time of resurrection. Now is the time of promise manifestation. God is elevating you because you are ready. And he is proud, not for who you appear to be, but for who you chose to keep being. Even when the whole world tried to turn you into something you are not, chosen one, you were not just called, you were sealed. And this seal carries a vibration that crosses dimensions. Heaven recognizes you, angels revere you, demons fear you. Because you are not a mere human walking the earth. You are a portal, a link between the invisible and what needs to be manifested. Where you step, reality bends. Where you speak, energies align. Where you cry, the universe moves. You are a bridge between worlds, a bridge between past and future, a bridge between what was promised and what will be fulfilled. And that is exactly why they attacked you so fiercely. Because they knew that if you awakened, you would be unstoppable. If you woke up, nothing would hold you back. And now you are awake. You see, you feel, you know, you perceive the patterns, you notice the manipulations, you read people's souls, you sense what lies behind words. And this sets you apart. This highlights you. This positions you as invisible leadership, one who governs without needing to impose. While the system builds thrones for the vain, heaven builds kingdoms for the humble. And you have been found worthy, even wounded, even rejected, even carrying deep scars. You have been deemed fit because God does not choose the perfect. He chooses the broken who allow themselves to be rebuilt. And you did. You fell, but you rose. You were betrayed, but you forgave. You were silenced, but you remained firm. And this was observed. The world judged you from the outside, but heaven examined you from within. and found a rare heart, willing, unbreakable. That is why the decree was issued. Exalt this one, protect this one, guide this one. You will notice changes. People who once ignored you will start seeking you out. Environments that rejected you will invite you in. Doors that seemed sealed will open with astonishing ease. But all of this will have a purpose, to position you to fulfill the mission you promised before you were born. Yes, before you were in this body, you already existed, and you accepted the call. You said, "Send me." That is why your life was so hard. That is why trials came so early. That is why you always felt different. Because you were born with a different programming, born with a sacred task encoded in your spirit. And now, the time to fulfill it has come. God is elevating you to be used as the answer in a collapsing world. You will be a voice where there are screams. You will be calm where there is storm. You will be light where there is despair. But remember, it's not about you. It's about who acts through you. You are the lamp, but the flame is divine. You are the altar, but the fire comes from heaven. You are the vessel, but the content is sacred. So never bow down. Never negotiate yourself. Never accept being less than you were programmed to be. The world will try to seduce you. It will offer shortcuts. It will wave fame, comfort, vanity. But you know you were not born for the easy path. You were born for the eternal. You carry spiritual codes that break curses, that free minds, that cleanse lineages. You are a spiritual upgrade that destabilizes the whole system. That is why the enemy tried to stop you with distractions, with toxic relationships, with destructive thoughts, with emotional illnesses. But nothing worked, because your origin is greater than your pain. Your spirit is stronger than any trauma. Your mission is bigger than any wound, and that is why God is elevating you. He is positioning you in places your mind cannot yet conceive. He is opening access to knowledge that was sealed. He is activating gifts that have been sleeping since childhood. You will notice your intuition will multiply. Your dreams will become visions. Your prayer will be answered. And your life will be a public testimony of God's glory. All of this because you chose to remain faithful, because you decided not to surrender, because you, even wounded, kept believing. And heaven recognizes this. It's not about the number of prayers. It's not about how much you asked. It's about who you became during the process. And that touched God's heart. Chosen one, listen to this with your soul. You have won an invisible war. You survived the kind of battle that destroys most people from within. And the most amazing part, you came out of it with a pure heart. You had every reason to become bitter, but you chose to keep loving. They gave you every reason to give up, but you stayed firm. They pushed you down, but you got up without hating anyone. That is why God is proud of you, because He saw what no one else saw. He watched you cry in secret. He heard your silent talks with your pillow. He felt your broken soul trying to keep going with a smile on your face. And that, chosen one, that touched the heart of the Most High, that changed the course of your story. You are not exalted for being perfect. You are exalted for being sincere, for not corrupting yourself when everything seemed lost, for still carrying faith when even the religious called you crazy. You are the rare kind, the pure kind, the kind heaven waits years to raise up. And now the time has come. The earth will tremble around you, not with destruction, but with liberation. People will seek you out without knowing why. Environments will open as if they recognize you spiritually. Doors closed for decades will open as if they were never locked. Miracles, you will be the miracle itself. You will be the channel, the answer, the bridge, the living proof that God still acts, still speaks, still transforms. And those who mocked will fall silent. Those who tried to erase you will witness your light. Those who laughed at your silence will weep when they see your rise. Because God works like that. He takes the improbable and makes it a reference. He takes the forgotten and makes them the center. He takes the humiliated and publicly honors them. You are the kind of person who was buried alive, but sprouted. And now you are a fruit-bearing tree, shade for the weary, food for the hungry, refuge for the oppressed. But remember, with the level of anointing you carry, greater attacks will come. Envy, falsehood, distortions. But none of that touches you. None of that paralyzes you. Because now you know who you are. You are the chosen one. You were sent. You were set apart. And your presence is uncomfortable for those who live by appearance. You disturb because your essence is pure. You disturb because your light reveals others' darkness. You disturb because you carry the Spirit of God stamped on your soul. You don't need to justify yourself. You don't need to explain what you feel, nor try to prove anything to anyone. Heaven itself has already signed your name. Heaven itself has already released the order. Lift this one up. Accelerate this one. Fulfill the promises in this one. You will no longer be blocked, nor ignored, nor delayed, because the divine clock has pointed to you. And now, with all the authority given to me to deliver this message, I declare, this is your moment. This is your hour. This is the time of harvest, of turning points, of honor, of acceleration. You endured as a servant. Now you will be honored as a king. You passed through fire. Now you will be clothed in glory. You walked alone. Now you will be followed by multitudes. You carried a pain no one understood. Now you will carry a light everyone will see. If this message reached you, it is no coincidence. It is God confirming what was already written in heaven. He is proud of you. And because of that, He is elevating you. Now, pay attention. If this message hit you, gave you chills, confronted you, reminded you who you are, write the number 11 in the comments. This number is the sign. It is the code of those who are awake. It is the seal of those who listened with their spirit, not just their ears. Write 11 and declare publicly, I am the chosen one and the time has come. And more. Subscribe now to this channel. Like this video. Share it with those who need to awaken, because this is not just a message. It is a spiritual key, and those who receive it see their lives change before their eyes. Don't let this message pass by. It was made for you, because you are already part of this. You are one of us. You are one of those who carry fire, not fame. You are one of those who awaken, not hide. You are one of those chosen before the womb, and now are being raised before the whole earth.